another episode of PK Vibez, because it's the vibes. It's the vibes. I'm here, Faith Renee, and then here's my brother.
Stephen, brother in blue.
All right, here for another rendition. On this episode, what are we going to talk about? What's been going on around the town?
What's going on? Well, I mean, I am full-fledged teaching right now. Teaching every day. Back to it. Got to school every day this week.
Oh, that's so exciting. That is so exciting. Dreams coming true. Y'all work hard for your dreams, okay?
Honestly, I'm just happy about being able to see the kids, you know, because I don't have kids of my own, so these students are kind of like my little nieces and nephews, just seeing them grow and learn and just being excited to, you know, interact once again. So we're going to be doing that some more. It's still a little weird, you know.
Really?
As far as just the time restraints, like we can't like rehearse as long as we normally would.
Oh, pandemic rules. Yeah. Pandemic rules.
But we're getting what we can done, you know. So. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Are y'all competing or are we just practicing the practice?
One school we are competing. It's a kind of like a submit a video kind of competition sort of thing.
Ooh.
So we'll submit a video and then it gets evaluated by some judge, some professional in the activity, and then we'll get tapes or critique back about it. I'm not sure if they're going to like score it or anything like that, or how the actual competition side will work, but that'll just be something for the kids, you know.
Well, I hope they score it. How you gonna have a competition with no score?
I mean,
come on, somebody, let me know. You know in the comments, leave it there. Maybe I don't know. How you gonna have a competition with no type of score?
And then the other school, we're just going to put together something to play at the last band concert of the year, which is nothing really new to that program. When I was there, the first year I was there, that's what we ended up doing too. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. I'm just like I said before, I'm just glad the kids get something going on.
Yeah, so, that's definitely exciting.
For sure. What's up with you this week?
Ain't nothing going on with me, but I'll tell you one thing. People out here gluing their hair to their head. I'll tell you that. Y'all, why in the world did the Gorilla Glue have to become a challenge? That's all I want to know.
It became a challenge?
It became a whole challenge. There are people out here really, I don't know if they're trying to hop on a lawsuit before they print that warning on them cans or what they trying to do. But they are really out here doing a Gorilla Glue challenge.
I saw the dude that was like, this ain't real, and then he glued his lips to the cup. I saw that.
No! He ain't getting on a lawsuit because this ain't no skin. What else?
But were there any other incidents?
There was. I seen a girl who did a wraparound. And she was spraying it. Oh. She had purple hair. She was spraying it and brushing it at the same time. And it was like, oh my gosh, guys. Oh, and it's getting stuck. Oh my gosh. And doing all the dramatics, child. So yeah, no, they really did turn it into a real challenge. I don't know the point, but they have did it.
You're dumb.
So that brings me to the topic of today, which is challenges throughout the years. We're going to do a top 5. Our top 5, my top 5. I chose my own top 5 challenges throughout the year.
This is all fair.
This is all me, and we're going to talk about it because, first of all, I tried to Google a top 5 list, but they wouldn't talk about what I wanted to talk about. So we're going to talk about what I wanted to talk about.
What were some of the things, before you get in that, what were some of the things they was talking about?
Some of the things they was talking about is the pillow challenge. They had Halle Berry sitting there with a whole comforter, with a whole pillow, and what they did is they would make the pillow look like a dress. So she's sitting there naked with a pillow and some curtains.
I ain't never heard of that.
Tying it together, and then they sitting there posing with their pillows. Or the comforter challenge is one too, where they tie the whole comforter around them. that's more of a challenge. I feel like challenges cater to different people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's more of a challenge if you're into fashion.
Oh, okay.
You would know about that.
I mean,
if you was into fashion and you, like, followed a lot.
Okay, let me spit my tongue. I got a little fashion.
Let me call them. Let me call the people. Let me call Chanel and them and Javinci and them. Tell me, baby, walk.
Hey, I can walk. I know the walk. And the turn? Shoot.
Yes, I've seen it, actually. I know exactly. That's why I was so hard because I know exactly what it looked like in my head. I just played it in my head and I know exactly.
Comment below if you want to see my walk and my turn. Because it's fierce.
Yeah, you said that. It's fierce. But yeah, no, that was one challenge. And let's see, what was another challenge? Honestly, I don't think I looked past that. I think I was like, I don't know. Yeah. I was like, there's a pillow challenge, and I don't know how I'm explaining that, even though I just did.
I ain't never heard of any of those.
So yeah, so I decided to go with my own list of challenges that I feel we would understand and that I guess, were relevant to us. Okay. So we're going to take it way back. We're going to go through the years a little bit. My number one challenge that I think, so actually we're going to play a game.
Okay.
We're actually going to play a game. Let me tell you this. We're going to play a game. I'm sorry. I'm not only going to talk about it, but we're also going to play a game where we're going to say if we would try this challenge or if we have tried it.
Okay.
Or if we would pass on it and why. You got to say your and whys. So let's talk about it. Just talk
now,
about
are these in any particular order? Or?
Well, it kind of is in order, but not really. Not really.
Round them down?
Yeah, we're just going to round it down.
Okay. Lay it on me.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, pass or try the cinnamon challenge.
Well...
We're going to throw it all the way back to when challenges began.
So this was, I want to say I was probably a senior in high school, almost college.
You can't be a senior in high school because I was in high school.
Oh, really? So
you had to have been
college.
college.
Yeah. It's funny. I think... Maybe I'll have to hear the rest of the list, but this is probably one of the few challenges that we actually tried. we didn't tape ourselves. Thank God.
No, I don't think I taped mine. I don't know. I don't think I taped mine. Yeah. There may be a tape out there, but I don't think I let nobody record it.
Or even if we did tape it, we didn't upload it.
Well, no upload. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're already past try on that one. But yeah, put that as a check.
I tried it too.
I mainly tried it because I was just curious, and because
it was new.
It seems I'm probably gonna get some crazier ones on here, but it seemed probably safe out of most challenges. I mean, the worst that can happen is it dries your mouth up, but.
Yeah,
as long as you ain't going in there with a ladle. Not
the ladle lady. The ladle lady.
Okay.
Not the ladle lady.
Not going in there with a ladle. I think when I did it, I had a little spoon, a little tape.
I had a little spoon. I did it in the back of the King Supers parking lot.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah.
We were being bad little kids. What are we gonna do after school? And I think at this time, challenges had just started, and there's really no other challenge to do other than the ice challenge. Yeah. And wasn't nobody doing that. So
the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah. That came later though. That came later after the cinnamon challenge.
I think it was around the same time.
Around the same time?
I think it was around the same time. Because I remember being in high school for both. And I remember the same group of friends, same stuff. So anyways, yeah. So it was around that time. So anyways, I chose the cinnamon challenge out of the two. Yeah. Because like you said, it felt a little safer. Mm-hmm. But anyways, we're going to do the number 2 challenge. And this challenge is more for my artsy people, my vocal people. I was never able to do it, but I know a homegirl who can kill this challenge. The cup challenge.
The cup challenge.
Come on now. Oh my God, I don't even remember the cup song. But the cup challenge.
So I remember the rhythm.
So dope. Okay, percussionist.
Like,
you get it.
I know what it sounded like, but I didn't have the coordination to do it.
I don't even remember the song, but I remember I liked it.
Yeah, trying to sing with it too.
Man, I got a homegirl who killed it. I mean, yeah, she did it. And so I think I would have tried that one if I had singing hand coordination.
Yeah.
I don't think I could sing and do it. I actually did try. Like, I remember I practiced night after night, and I was going to record and everything. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Didn't get around to it.
I think we could, like, do a joint version. Like, I figure out the coordination of the rhythm, and then you could sing.
We could do that. Yeah. We could do that.
That would be a fun one to try, though.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's not, like, extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
You know,
it wasn't.
The worst that could happen is, they drop a cup.
And that was one of the ones, like, we're starting to get into this TikTok age where people were talking about, like, I gotta practice that to do it. Mm-hmm. That was one of the challenges, man. You had to practice before you hit record on that thing. You had to know what you was doing. So that was for my musically and artsy people. Yeah. All right, and number 3 is for my visual arts people. Okay. The cartoon challenge. Okay. I really enjoyed the cartoon challenge. I couldn't do it because I can't draw. But the cartoon challenge is where you would draw one cartoon style or one cartoon character. So say you're going to draw Boondocks in the style of like Ed, and Eddie.
I have seen that. That's actually kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed that way. You're a little drawer. So would you try it or would you not?
I mean, the last time I drew something was like 13 years ago.
Oh Lord!
But if I still had my drawing abilities, I definitely want to try it out and try my versatility. I think the equivalent to that is like playing different styles of music in one verse or in one video.
Oh yes, that would be something.
Or like I'm not a rapper, but like the 5 Fingers of Death. You've seen that? Mm-mm. Where so rappers would go on to, I guess, Sway in the Morning, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he would start the beat, and then he would give them topics and change the beat too, and they would just go. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of like stuff is interesting, being able to improv or like test your versatility art-wise, performance-wise, and whatever you do.
Definitely different genres. That would be fun.
How you can hang, yeah.
Because in church we do melodies a lot. Mm-hmm. I think that's something that we do. Like you get into that melody, when they get into that old school melody, what you going. You live in me, love me, and then send it on down, Lord. Yep. Send it on down. You get to that melody, you in there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that would be fun to do with like different genres. To be able to do it through different genres, I think I could do it.
Yeah, try to sing in different genres. Yeah, that would be cool.
Go from Shenandoah to Say Can You See to Lord, I don't know what song, I can't think of it. But to go to different type of songs, I think that would be cool if I really put my brain to it. I could do it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to see if I kind of want to try a challenge myself, like play maybe an arrangement of a song in different styles. I don't know. I'm just kind of it's coming to me a little bit.
For real. That would be fun though. All right.
What's next?
Number 4 is going to be kind of like a loop. Would you try it or not? Okay. TikTok challenges. You just gonna loop all of them together because I feel like they're a lot. So like the dance. I'll break it down. The dance routines. Would you do the dance routines ones?
I dabble in some dance. I don't know if I'm not as good as like some of these kids, but I could do a pop a lock or two.
Who? Oh, right here. Wow.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
But I could hit a wave or two or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. You know what's funny? I just opened a TikTok just for the sake of having my name. So So I still haven't put anything on there. I've been trying
What's music on there?
Yeah, find out something to put on there.
I heard somebody who put their little music on there, and they had a couple kids on there doing dance moves and impersonating it and stuff. There's
this one mallet player, vibraphone player that he's called what's his name? Cool Vibes or something, or Kiss Vibes. Either way, he has TikToks of him just like playing random like short versions of melodies. Like he has a series called Vibe Over Time. He was like 1 minute to learn a vibraphone, or 1 second to learn a vibraphone, 1 minute of learning vibraphone, bum, 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 bum. And then he goes like more complicated songs. I'm actually subscribed to him on YouTube. I'll put his if I remember like what his actual YouTube channel is. But yeah, it's a cool dude, very talented. And then he has some videos where he like beatboxes and you know, to it and stuff.
That's dope. Okay, so would you do those type of TikToks?
I've thought about it.
Well, you kind of like play off your own art.
Yeah, because like as I think about it, like the way my biggest challenge as a composer is expanding on melodies that I have in my head. And I think if I just did TikTok and just focus on those melodies I had in my head, I think, I'd be able to put out more.
Right, definitely.
So, I don't know. That would be interesting. I would do like that kind of TikTok challenge. I don't know about like all these other TikTok challenges, like
I think the only one that I would I'm a real goofball at heart, so I think the ones that I would have fun doing is like the black movie ones.
Yeah.
Let's see, look, I can tear Color Purple up. So hot voted.
Oh, goodness.
I think I can do that. I think I will start a TikTok.
You know, one that was... Oh, sorry.
But what else?
I was going to say, one that was kind of fun that I would want to try is the, what's his name? The Hip Hop Harry?
Go!
Oh, man. I saw what's it called? A collage or what's the word?
A compilation.
Yeah. A compilation of it. And I saw one dude did the You Got Served moves. With the... and then he did this. That had me rolling.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
So that's something that would be fun.
Definitely. Most definitely. All right. And then 5, we go... Throw it back in your memory.
Okay.
And think of the dumbest, most stupidest challenge you could ever think of.
Tide Pod Challenge.
That Tide Pod Challenge?
Yeah.
What was that one again? Refresh my brain.
That was basically, these crazy kids out here eating Tide Pods.
Oh, Lord. See, and that's really sad because Hollers was dying. I thought that's what it was, but I didn't know. They really started a challenge after that?
Yeah. They were like, all right, I'm going to do the Tide Pod Challenge. Then they take a bite and they're like, and you see soap running out the mouth. I'm just like, you cannot be that dumb.
Oh, Lord. That's so sad. That's so sad because kids was really actually dying. All right, let's see. My dumbest challenge that I have ever seen gotta be when they suck them condoms up their nose and then they pull them suckers out their throat. That has got to be the dumbest. The dumbest. First of all, I'm allergic to latex, so I'm thinking in my brain, if I did that, I'd probably die. Talk about anaphylaxis right to the throat. Yeah. My shit would probably swell up before even getting the condom back out. I was like, ugh. So yeah, that got to be the dumbest challenge.
Not to mention, like, some of those, they come with like lube and stuff on them, and all the
and nastiness. Like, that taste gotta be in your mouth for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was like, all right. It's a nasty consistency, so it's probably there for a long time. That's gross.
That has me thinking about like what other kind of like crazy trends that just kind of took off.
Crazy trends that took off.
Like what's the?
Oh Lord! When I think of trends, I think of the Boys and Girls Club days. I think of like jerking. I remember when we used to be jerking in the street. I know you probably don't.
Is that
that jerking? That's the Dougie. The jerking is with the legs. The legs where they do the ankle breakers and stuff. You don't remember jerking? Oh gosh. Okay, so that's a trend. That's a crazy trend. Oh, what about the trend where we would have the 3D glasses? You know this one. We would have 3D glasses and we would poke them out. And we would wear the glasses without the frame or without the lenses.
I never did that. I was laughing at people that did it.
What's your trend?
Well, I was thinking of like, why can't I remember? It's the one where it starts out normal and then like the beat drops and then people go crazy.
Dang it.
It was called a dance, but I can't remember like.
Oh my God. Gannon style, but it's not that. It's called it's right there at the tip of our tongue. Because I remember the first song I heard was Candyman. Hey, wait a minute. Or Postman. Hey, wait, the Postman. And the beat drops.
Harlem Shake.
Oh, the Harlem Shake. Yeah. Oh, that trend. Oh, you talking about that. Okay, I was talking about
do the Harlem Shake.
The Harlem Shake. Definitely by trend. You know something I really wish I would have participated in, especially when they did it in the mall. And they did Joyful.
Oh, yeah.
That trend, what's it called?
Flash mob.
Flash mobbing. Yeah. They go flash mobbing. Yep. That was definitely a cool one. Let's see, what's another trend we used to do out here in these streets? I don't know. You weren't ghetto enough.
I wasn't. I was so behind the times.
You wasn't doing the ratchet stuff. I don't know what we was doing out here in these streets.
I was out here for white people.
Yes, you was in Nebraska.
Yeah.
You was in Nebraska where I was doing ratchet. Let's see what else you doing.
One that kind of, not for the trend or the dance move itself, but just the song that spawned it, the Low and Nene, or Whip and Nene. But here's why I can't stand that song. There's no verse.
That's it.
All he's doing is just calling dance moves. The whole song. Do the stanky leg. Bop.
I think he breaks down that.
Yeah, like he's not. It's oh goodness.
No, I agree with you.
It's just a song of dance moves. It's not a song.
That's another trend. See, you wasn't out here doing that Superman on that whole. No, I mean you cranked that song.
Well, he still rapped on the song, didn't he? That was like the verse, but didn't he like actually rap on the song?
Something.
I mean, probably not well, but he rapped on the song.
I don't know if they rapped on that now. I didn't really listen to that song.
I'll play it for you after we record.
I think I just listened to while they was dancing and that's it.
Because I remember I listened to the song just out of curiosity. I gotta be hip on what the kids.
You being hip on what the kids.
But I just listened to it and I was just like, all right, well, I was listening to it and as I was listening to it, I was like waiting for like a verse or something, and then before I knew it, the song was over. It was like fading out, and like nothing happened. I was like, this is the whole song. And then I had to like rewind it just to make sure I didn't miss nothing, and that was the whole song.
I feel you on that one. But I like those dances back in the day. All them dances that we used to do. The Dougie. I remember we made my math grade teacher. My 8th grade math teacher. My 8th grade math teacher. We made her do the Dougie in the hallway. That was great. She was an old white lady, so it was great to see her. Y'all know how they do it.
Goodness.
She got down.
What was another one? Oh, the lean with it, snap with it, or the.
That's another Boys and Girls Club. Me and my cousin used to be at the Boys and Girls Club. Real mean with it. We had the meanest one.
And then you get real funky when you throw it up.
Come on with it.
I know some of the trends.
Okay. Then you gotta hit that Tiger Woods. Okay. That's all of them. You gonna do it. But yeah, definitely I feel you on that one.
Goodness. But as far as Tide Pod and condom challenge, I would not try those.
Oh, we don't recommend you try those at home, kids.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. There are warning labels on those particular products, so.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, do not try those.
Don't do that.
Even if they are flavored.
Okay.
Don't try them.
Even if they are.
Oh, goodness.
No, not the flavors, because some smart ass kids like, but I got the flavored cherry where it doesn't taste like any of that stuff you guys are talking about. Definitely does not count. Don't do that.
For that kind of consumption.
Most definitely. All right, so it is February.
Yes.
It's one of my all-time favorite months because it's Black History Month.
Oh, can I say something real quick?
What you want to say?
This isn't, I don't think he's necessarily Black history, but it is music history. But RIP to Chick Corea, who passed away last week. If you don't know who he is, he's a huge influential jazz musician. He's been playing for years. I would be completely transparent. I didn't even really know about him until like high school, and at that point I only knew like one song that he did. Well, I mean, I still only know like one song that he did. don't give me that look.
I mean, because I was looking through the list when you told me about it earlier, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was one song that he does called Spain. It's the one that goes da 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 da.
Oh, okay.
You still?
No, I really do. I'm there.
Okay. But there was a school that we competed against back in the day that played just the music of Chick Corea, and they played that song. So that was the first time I ever heard like any of his music. But as I kind of grew and researched him a little bit more. Like I said, I only know the one song just off the top of my head, but I'm sure if I did some research, there are other songs that he's done. Huge inspiration, influence in the jazz world, Latin jazz world too. So shout out to Chick Corea, RIP.
RIP, definitely.
So for sure.
Yeah, his face looks major familiar.
Yeah.
He looks like a famous performer.
What's funny? I'd never seen his face until
really?
that came out.
His face looks so familiar. I didn't recognize none of the music, but him as a composer and a conductor, I've seen it. I don't know if he was happened to be on some type of symphony I've seen, but he was very familiar.
Yeah, he played with a lot of people. Basically all the big names you would think of. Herbie. Wow. Why am I blanking right now? Miles Davis.
Okay. I did see Miles Davis.
Basically all the big names you would think of, he's played with. So
that dates him right there. Miles Davis dates you.
Yeah. Well, he died at 75.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
that's why that dates you.
He's been around the block a couple times. So. But yeah, shout out Chick Corea. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Rest in peace, definitely. All right, so it's February.
It's February.
How many people can spell that? Can you spell February?
FEBUR. Wait.
Everybody wants to tell jokes.
FEB. No, I'm not looking stupid right now.
You're not looking stupid. It's okay. How does you not air spelling?
ARY. Right? I gotta check.
You might want to check us out on that because I don't even know.
Yeah.
Feb you.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get it? Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Let me try. FEBUARY.
See, you messed up where I messed up too. It's RU.
It's that roof?
It's
February?
Yeah.
It's February.
Okay. Now we're looking stupid on the internet.
So we gonna say it right. February. No, I did that on purpose because I seen a meme that said half of us don't even know how to spell February. And then I see like a whole list. And we really didn't know how to spell it, y'all. It's okay.
Dang, I get
We're not dumb. It's just hard. Because first of all, they be saying it like February. Mm-hmm. And when you do say like February, they want to act like we wrong.
Some people say February.
February, like that's confusing. It's all in the pronunciation because you know people used to tell us all the time, especially mom. Mom used to be real bad. Sound it out. Mm-hmm. You gotta sound it out.
Look it up.
Look it up. Back in that day, wasn't no Google. You had to get that big old blue dictionary we had with the tape on the side. It was falling off. I think it had our uncle's name when it wasn't even his name on it.
It was a dictionary from East High, from 1970.
From 19-something.
Yeah.
Out there, plenty of East High schools.
Yeah,
East High School?
Yeah, from East High School, 1970 something.
Mm-hmm.
No, they graduated in the 80s, so 1980 something.
1980 something, yeah. Mm-hmm. It has to been after that though, but yeah, so definitely. So anyways, I just wanted to do that fun little exercise right quick. Yeah. So it's Black History Month, February, favorite month. I love doing different things to celebrate. I mean, over the years, I've stopped my celebrations, but I used to do like plays and stuff like that. And I mean, we used to do plays in church and stuff like that. And so we always celebrated. So it's always been one of my favorite months. We're going to do a little bit of both here. I wanted to definitely share our two favorite things about Black History Month. I'm going to focus on the culture. Because I feel like everybody always talks about trivia, like who did what or who invented what or who did this first and stuff like that. But I want to focus on like what my top two favorite things are about Black culture. And Stephen is going to put his two top favorite things about Black History Month, whatever that may be.
Okay. Well,
so I want you to go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So, the thing about Black History Month is I always love learning, kind of the niche things, Of course, we know about the MLKs, the Malcolm X's, the Rosa Parks, all that. But, like, learning about, like, the one-off inventors and things like that. Or, like, the people who made, differences in, like, little niche activities and things like that. And then also just seeing Black history still being made today, you know? Like, one example, Kamala Harris.
Yes,
First
much
Black, not only the first Black woman, but woman, period,
So being in the executive branch.
Yes, exactly.
Put it like that.
So, it's always cool to see things like that. Obama,
definitely.
And then one that's a little bit closer to me, and this will probably be one of my two, is I probably should have looked up his name before I talk about this, but if you don't know, huge drum corps fan. Still try to catch a show every once in a while. But in 2013, the Blue Devils had their first Black drum major. Yeah, so. Which is crazy to think about because the Blue Devils up at that point was like a 50-year-old, organization, and all the way up until that point, they hadn't had a Black drum major. It was just like crazy. So first Black drum major to ever in a drum corps.
Not drum major at HBCU people, two different things.
Yeah. No shade.
No shame, but it is two different things, and we should definitely give each thing their credit.
Yeah, shout out to the HBCUs, even though you guys don't have pits, but that's another thing.
You gonna implement it? Talking about first, we talking about Black first. Hey, don't worry about it. Anyway.
But and then there was another bit of history made that year was they had their first female center snare that year. I remember those were like the two biggest stories that year. Their first Black drum major and then their first female snare, center snare, because that had never happened. Usually their snare line was all dudes and like they had, up until that point there was a female on the snare line 2 years before that. And then up until that point, the last female snare drummer was in the 80s.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it was like a huge gap.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I kind of just like seeing, you know, history being made like that. And then my number 2, I did a little research on this guy. You know what? I'm gonna look his name up just to.
But go on with that drum corps thing. Didn't you actually work with a director that had a little first black thing going on? Was he the first black owner of a drum corps?
I don't remember, but
for Doja.
Oh yeah. No, he wasn't the first. There were black directors. I got it. But yeah, that brings up another point. There were a ton of, you know, black drum corps back in the day too that were in DCI.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they get put out?
I mean, you know,
I never knew this.
What happened was basically DCI became more tour based, and instead of more regional based. And it just made it harder for the neighborhoods to fund those types of venues and things like that. I think the very last like black founded drum corps in DCI was the Spirit of Newark from Newark, New Jersey.
Wow.
Their last year was, I want to say, 2012 or 2011.
Really? So pretty recent. I didn't know this.
And even they were like pretty small too. You know, like they were struggling to be in DCI. The kids, you know, had to fundraise their own stuff, and their dues were, you know, fairly low. It was rough for them to try to stay in DCI. But I got a whole other spiel about, you know, the way they run money, but I don't want to talk about that. But you know, just there was a huge rich history of drum corps, black drum corps.
Wow, within the DCI.
Within DCI.
That's crazy.
So and then a lot of those people that ran those drum corps went over to HBCUs.
Of course.
And now they have, you know, all these HBCU lines that are killing it.
Right,
you know?
right.
So, yeah, but let me, give me a second to look this up. You can...
All right, let me say something.
Okay.
All right, so my favorite, I'm going to go with my number 1 while he's getting his number 2, is the different views and points. Now, these are controversial favorites that I'm finna say because I know that a lot of people wouldn't agree with this, but I'm going to say the different views and points, the different points of views that we have within the culture. I think there's always somebody holding someone or something accountable in our culture. Like always. Have y'all noticed that? I don't care if we say we marching on Saturday. Somebody gonna come up and say, oh, we can't march on that street because they got too many lights. And then we like, oh, so now we got to think about that. And now we got to be smart. And now we got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think I like about our culture how we always hold each other accountable. Because when I look at other cultures, I feel like everybody is so much on the same page that they never hold each other accountable. Okay? We seen what we seen on January. And we seen what we seen last year. And people are just now holding their families accountable. Y'all been racist for 200-something years. Y'all could have been done hold y'all's family accountable for how many something years? You know what I'm saying? But they never did it. They just now decided to do it last year or on January. So I think I like that the most about our culture. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with that. I know y'all not gonna agree with that because y'all so caught up in people disagreeing with what you're trying to do. Because we're always so caught up with being on the same page. And it's like, we are never going to be on the same page. No. But what we can do is get all our different pages together and make us a good book that's on the same topic and get our point across like that. We can do that. But you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I like about our culture is that we let the different point of views fly.
That is one thing I can say about black culture.
We hold each other accountable.
Yeah, it's definitely I want to say like melting pot of different backgrounds and stories and experiences, you know, that just kind of make this whole culture, you know. Culture, you know, that just makes it interesting and to interact with and learn from, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I said I brought it up in my brain because I was looking and I was seeing how, of course, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, the first rebuttal is, but you guys have black on black crime. And I was watching like old shows. I was watching Different World. I was watching Moesha. I was watching Fresh Prince. And, they always had an episode on black crime.
Yeah.
Like, every time in the 90s, you could not get a show or anything to do with entertainment without talking about black on black crime. So, and then that got me to thinking, like, we held each other accountable during that time.
So here's my thing about black on black crime. I feel like there are people that are putting things into place to try to combat that. Like, a lot of people have, like, a lot of youth programs out there and things to kind of keep kids away from that stuff to kind of, lower the stigma or lower that trend. So, like, yes, black crime is still a thing, but
it's a problem.
There's still people fighting it. So it's not like we're just sitting in here just letting black on black crime happen.
Right.
We're finding a solution for it.
Right. And of course you're not going to see us marching on the street because that's what we do to reach other people.
Yeah.
We have other ways to reach us. We know where we at. We in the church. We in restaurants. We at the recreation center. We at school. We at the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? We do different things to reach ourselves within the community. So just because you don't see black people fighting against black and black crimes if you're outside of the black community, doesn't mean that we're not doing it.
Honestly,
so I think that's what
if you see somebody you see a black person trying to positively impact the world in some way, that's fighting black on black crime.
Yeah.
That I feel like,
Yeah, that's different. That definitely is a different way to think about it. Definitely, because you're taking it within your own self accountability to stop the problem. You know what I'm saying? You are not feeding into the problem. So then there's that too. Yeah. So definitely. So that was my number one.
All right. So my next thing is I'm also a huge animation head. If you saw our episode 2 episodes ago, where we talked about Soul, and I went into details about their animation process, check that episode out. By the way, so this one is about Bruce W. Smith. Now, do you know who that is? You looking at my phone?
No, I'm not looking at your phone. But
so. Probably one of his most influential works that he's done is he's the creator of the Proud Family.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So probably one of the very few black animated TV shows that was about, a black family, or a majority black family, and I did a little research just on, what he did, and not only did he do Proud Family, he also did animation on, or maybe he directed it or something, Vibez Kids.
Yep.
He
did work on that project.
And then just like all the other different like influences, movies he did Tarzan, he did basically, if you ever see in any of the old shows and you see like people have that like little lip twirl like that. That's kind of like his signature move.
What? Hold on,
wait.
Yeah,
they're like that.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Like we told y'all last time, he's in animation, so he notices all these things.
Yeah. I didn't like really, some of the stuff I didn't notice until like I watched a video on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has his signature move. But anyways, so the Proud Family, huge influential show in the black community.
Definitely, man.
I think it's probably one of the few shows that featured Kwanzaa.
Oh yes, definitely.
As a holiday special.
And as a kid growing up, that was so special to see because I remember we used to be at church and stuff. We used to talk about it like, what is Kwanzaa? All I know is they be lighting candles and they wear them big old dashikis and you can't go to the store for your present. That's all we used to know. So when they did that episode, it really was nice to see exactly what it was about.
That's funny. You knew more about Kwanzaa than I did.
Look, all I know is you're not supposed to buy your present at the store, and they like candles, and that's it. I didn't even know there were different days. They represent different things until I seen that episode.
Yeah, very educational. Not only did they also did another one on Ramadan.
Oh, they did.
The Muslim culture.
Yes. Oh, I think I do remember that one. I think I do remember Homegirl. She was like a foreign student or something like that.
Well, I don't think she was foreign exchange. I think they had the family swap. So she went to the school, but they did a family swap.
Yeah, Penny went to the other.
Yeah, Penny went to the Muslim family.
Okay.
And then the Muslim girl went to Penny's family. Mm-hmm. So that was, I remember there was another one. It was, I think it was Zoe. Mm-hmm. No, the Chain Gang. Or the Chain Twins. Chain Triplets.
Chain Triplets, okay.
They went to the Gross Sisters.
Oh, yeah! Oh, that's the episode. That's why I don't remember. Okay, I remember the Gross Sisters.
And the Gross Sisters started... Or no, was it the Gross Sisters?
It was the Gross Sisters because I remember the dad, the way the Chinese dad was acting, and I remember the way the black dad was acting on the... He's like, what y'all doing your homework for? Don't you know you're supposed to be eating dinner in front of the TV now? Put that down.
Yeah. I just remember the Gross Sisters. They brought somebody in like another language. I can't remember if it was Japanese or Spanish. That cracked me up.
Yeah, and another thing that's really pinnacle about that in the culture for the Proud Family is there is so many. There's so many black actors that guest starred on that show. I think it covered pretty much all of them that was out at that time. Yeah. If you was out in the early 2000s, you was popping, you was on the show. You was on the show. All of them was on the show. I mean, Jennifer Lewis.
Yourself, too.
I was looking it up, man, and Jennifer Lewis had about, I think Jennifer and Cedric the Entertainer, they had about 4. And Anthony Anderson, because he was popping back then. Yeah. They had about 4 different parts, and I can remember Jennifer Lewis's parts. I can remember each one of her parts. Yeah,
I remember Anthony Anderson's part. He was one of the cousins.
Definitely one of the cousins.
Yep.
I remember one of those.
Kirk Franklin was on there.
Kirk Franklin was on there. And what I just now noticed, is basically the Kirk Franklin episode of Proud Family was basically the same as the episode of Sister Sister.
What happened?
They went to, I'm pretty sure, didn't they do, they went to a camp? I'm pretty sure they did a camp where they did some type of child mentor thing. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the week, then they went to church and they had him guest starring, and then they sung the same 2 songs. You wouldn't know this. Now I'm into gospel music. I know everything.
I know Kirk Franklin.
You would not know it because first of all, Dad broke my Revolution CD, not yours. My Revolution CD.
First of all, it was mine first.
Mine.
Okay.
You didn't wear it out in the Walkman. It wasn't hot because of you.
And I gave it to you.
So it is mine.
Okay. Well, it was mine first.
I know your mama told you what a gift was. Stop Indian giving. Okay. Stop Indian giving. That's what I was talking about. But no, they sung Revolution at the end of both of the shows.
I remember it now.
Whoop. Anyways.
No, in Proud Family, they sang, it was, our God is an awesome God, He reigns from heaven above. They might have sung the other one. I remember that song.
They sung 2 on both, But I see.
But, just his impact in black animation,
Yes.
And I think there was a lot of people that worked under him, too, that went on to create, other shows. I know I think he's worked with Aaron Magruder with Boondocks.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I think they've interacted, and then just a lot of like the modern shows you see now have interacted with him. So very influential in the animation community. So shout out to
him. What's his name again?
Bruce W. Smith.
Bruce W. Smith. Shout out to him. All right. And then my last but not least favorite of the black culture is the way we celebrate ourselves. I like the way we do our parties. I like the way we do our art. We like to sing. We like to do some poetry. We like to beat on the drum. We gonna dance. We gonna do everything to celebrate ourselves. I like our food. Mm-hmm. I like our dialects when we see each other. Mm-hmm. Hey, kinfolk. Hey, over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like everything about our celebrations. I think our celebrations are so dope.
Oh, yeah.
Just nothing like it.
I love the food.
I love the food. That's why when we talk about 4th of July, it's like, boo, ain't nobody worried about America's birthday. We worried about celebrating with the family.
Exactly. Especially now that I'm older, like my taste buds have kind of changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm far more appreciative of the food.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I was a picky kid.
You and Paige, you were my cousin, man. You were my cousin, bro.
I already said her name.
It's okay, Paige. I love you, baby.
She is subscribed, by the way. Don't unsubscribe, though. We still love you.
Y'all two could stand. Man, I used to be stuck in the middle of the Thanksgiving line between these two, and she wants tacos, and he won't, I don't know, he just want mac and cheese, and that's all he wants on his plate. It's mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'll take my pick. You know? Like, I'm not picky, but I'm picky. Like, whatever is before me, I'm not going to complain, but I will pick whatever I can.
Right, like he just told me his grown taste buds just let him like greens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just started liking greens, you know. And by just, I mean like maybe 7 years, 8 years. Mm-hmm. So I just started liking greens. I can't cook them, though. I still got a whole freezer full of them.
Why?
Because I can't cook greens.
But why did you accept them? I'm going to have to cook them.
I mean, you want them? You know, it's funny. I thought about just, giving them to you.
Yeah. You might as well just go ahead and do that unless you want me to teach you how to make them. You can just put them in a crock pot.
Yeah, well, you have my crock pot, but...
Oh! I'm sorry.
I mean, I could just, send them over with you.
Yeah, go ahead and send them grains over to me. You don't know how to cook no grains?
I don't cook no grains. I know how to eat some grains.
You know how to eat some grains. You know how to eat some, but you don't know how to cook no grains.
Cooking greens, that's a whole other thing. What's another thing that I've been eating oatmeal every once in a while. Because when I was a kid, I didn't like oatmeal.
I want oatmeal.
There's a cassette tape somewhere floating around.
Somewhere back in the day.
Yeah.
Our dad used to drive around. Before having your phone out and recording, you had a little boom box that you keep it in the passenger seat. You got to press record. And that's how you recorded your life. That's how you caught off the guard stuff.
So, yeah, oatmeal. Those are like the two main ones that like I eat a little bit more of now. I still don't like blueberries.
Yeah, I'm cool on the blueberries. I'm cool on the bananas.
I still don't like raspberries.
You don't like raspberries?
I'm starting not to like bananas now.
Don't, because I hate them.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm a fruit person. I love fruit, but bananas are gross.
Yeah.
They're like tropical mucus.
Tropical mucus. That is interesting. You ever have plantains?
No, but I do want some. I think I want some fried African ones.
I've had some like baked plantains with like a little sugar on them. Pretty good.
Because I know it's like a culture thing. What culture is it like that?
Well, the dude I had it from, they were Hawaiian.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I know they do it too.
Yeah, so plantains. What were we talking about? Black people celebrating.
We pretty much, yeah.
And then, I love the celebrations.
And our sense of humor, that's the last one I left out. Our sense of humor, we tell jokes, bruh, at the celebrations. I know I be in the joke corner. If you know me, you know I'm laughing all the whole time. You hear me cackling in the back, you can find me.
Everybody in the family is a comedian.
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody in the family, my family, we all comedians, definitely.
Yeah. You ever, I was going to say, when interacting with, like, different black people from different parts of the world or parts of the country, you ever get that, why you talk like?
Oh, yes. Yeah. But for me, it's more like, why you faking? You was just talking like a white girl. Why you faking now? Now you want to talk like you from the country and you ain't from no country. That's what it is for me, because, like, I switch it up.
Yeah, like,
so, like, I can talk like I'm from Colorado, and I can also talk like I was around my country grandma's half my life, which I was. Like, yesterday, I said, "Oh, Lord," and then Granny said, "Oh, Lord," right after we sounded just alike. I was like, yeah, this is where I get this country accent from. Them two put together. I spent all my summers with them, so...
Yeah, I remember high school. My first interaction with something like that was because most of my friends were white people, but it was one group of black people that were like, you're black, right?
No, they didn't hit you with that.
I was like, yeah, I know I'm black, but that shouldn't, that kind of stuff
See, no, they used to hit me with the y'all be riding cowboys and stuff out there, or y'all be riding horses and stuff out there. Because, I used to go to, different family reunions, and I remember we went to the family reunion in Missouri, and that's exactly all the cousins our age was hitting me with.
Really?
All y'all know how to do is ride horses. Boy, do you know that riding a horse is like $400-$300? Nobody's doing that.
Right.
Nobody does that for fun. Absolutely nobody, unless they have a lot of money. But nobody in your family. Don't be asking nobody in this family if we ride horses.
Yeah, the only time we doing that is at the fair.
At the fair, maybe.
Maybe if we go to the fair.
No, right, but if it's extra than these tickets we done already bought, we're not doing that either.
The fair or the flea market.
And even then, they only do the little roundabout pony ride.
That's the closest.
That's it.
Yeah, but I just
that's all I get hit with. And let's see, I went on a Navy Tiger cruise. And let's see, me and my cousin both from Colorado, so they was both looking at us like, and y'all from Colorado? It's something about it. Other black people feel like we're not supposed to be black just because we from Colorado.
Yeah, there is a black community. They
really have this thought in their mind that all black people from here, if we are from here, because they don't think we here. If we are from here, they feel like we're supposed to be white, like we're brainwashed, like we aren't connected to black culture, like we don't watch BET or something.
Yeah, that's another thing that kind of bugs me is Colorado is painted as this white, community, white place of skiers and potheads, which there's
none of that.
Really true. I mean, there's skiers.
There's skiers,
but there's a huge,
black
community and diversity of cultures. There's a neighborhood. Black neighborhood called 5 Points, where the majority of black people lived in that community. Black-owned companies, black-owned restaurants.
It's historical.
It is a historic.
Black doctors,
community.
They came out here to become doctors because you couldn't do it in the South.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people came to Colorado. A lot of black people came to Colorado for a lot of opportunities, and I think we shouldn't sleep on that. You know what I'm saying? Places in the North is just as important as places in the South.
Yeah. So shout out to Colorado and its black people.
And its black people, yes.
But
All right.
So anything else?
Nothing. Just happy Black History Month, people, and do not glue your head to your head.
Use common sense, people.
Okay.
If it's something that is meant for material, wood, building, it's probably not meant for your skin. If it's meant to clean, it's probably not meant to be
And your hair is
ingested.
connected to your skin. Okay, so let's just put two and two together there.
Actually, hair is dead skin cells. Or
skin cells.
Dead skin cells. So, don't be putting glue in your hair trying to look smooth, and don't be trying to, glue your mouth to cups and other kind of stupidness. But, that's about it. Subscribe to the channel. Again, if you have any questions for next episodes, topics for other episodes, let us know. We're trying to just figure this thing out,
Fall
into our groove. If there are segments you like us doing, you want to see those segments again, let us know. We'll try to incorporate those more. Subscribe to the Patreon, $1 a month. And that gives you early access to these videos, and then it gives you access to some behind the scenes stuff. I got some things on there right now. Check it out. Other than that, until next time, that's the Vibez.
See y'all later.